Well, we know that wasn't leaking anything because she was still charged. As you can see, got her stripped down fairly well. That's a similar position to the other car. Now I got to go back through, remove these front fenders over here. I got to get to the spot welds up under here so I can take this bracket off. Got to drill it out there, drill it out here, drill it out on the inside. I got to do that on that side. On this side over here, I need to drill out all the spot welds to take the whole end cap off, so when I put it back on that car, I can use that whole end cap because that one was mangled. So I'm gonna take a break, wash up, get a snack, and keep on trucking. All right, so I did a little bit of stuff off camera, got this thing a little bit farther along so I can kind of show you what I'm doing and why. Got these braces along the side here. These are spot welded in place here, on the side, here, on the inside of here. There's an overlap here, and there's some down the bottom. So if we come over here, you can see how I folded that out of the way. So that means this goes right back into place. Should be able to weld those two on top, weld those couple down there. That's 4. Come around here, I gotta fold that lip up, weld all those in, then come up here and weld those 4 back. So I'm gonna keep chugging along, get all the spot welds drilled out on this one, get that support out of there, get it ready to go on the new car. I guess I'll set you off and just keep on going. As you can see, I got this pretty well mocked up and ready to go. I need to take it back apart, clean up the areas that I'm gonna have to weld on, get it ready to spot weld everything back together, but pretty sure that's about where everything's gonna end up. This is a little more chaotic looking than I initially intended it to be, but I think I can kind of stitch it on there, beat it, stitch it, beat it, stitch it, and get it kind of a little bit closer than what it is. But as far as placement, it's measuring in and out about as far as it needs to go, and it's just, I think about a 3/16 of an inch up higher, and I can't really get it to go much lower than that, but it is what it is. I'm happy with that. It's grandma's car. It don't have to be absolutely perfect, but I'd like to do the 80% rule, get about 80% of the way where it needs to be, send it down the road. As long as it's gonna be safe, it's gonna be reliable, it's gonna get her back and forth where she needs to go, I'll be happy with it. So let's get back to work. Alright, so this is all welded in, ready to go. It's not the best job I've ever done. It's also not the worst job I've ever done, but it should hold for what we're doing with the car. It's supposed to be a fairly cheap fix, getting Mama all back on the road in this car because the other one's now wrecked. All in all, that car was like $500-600. We're going to use the motor, hopefully, for another car they went and got. The whole front end back on this car should be not that bad to do once all this was welded in. So if you look at it, $200 for the motor for the other car, $200 for the front end of this car, $200 for scrap when we got to scrap the rest of the car. This, all in all, without labor, $200 fix. Plus, well, radiator and stuff. So a car like this, to fix it at a body shop would have probably cost $3,000 or $4,000. So for $500 or less, can't really complain, can you? Alright, so now it's time to let this thing cool off, get some primer spray over them welds so they don't fully rust out, and then we can start bolting things back on and get this thing looking like a car again. As you can see here, hopefully, in the crash, this is the hood release cable. Got kind of a little mangled up and it won't work no more, so I'm gonna pull it off that car. I went ahead and did it on the car that needs a new one. So hopefully, should be able to just grab in right here. Pull it off. Pull that out. Looks like you got this little pin here. Pop that out. And then this jewel here. It looks like you pull this out, pull the cable down, slide it out the side. Once that's out, you slide it over and release right there. So now we should be able to pull this out. Now we can go out here and hopefully give her a tug. There we go. Might be good enough. Maybe this goes through that one. I'm not sure. Looks more right. I ended up going a little crazy on this thing after getting the primer on them welds, and basically got the whole front end back together. The neighbor's dogs are barking, so hopefully they don't ruin my video too much. Anyways, everything's plugged in. I pulled this off. Have this off to get the condenser in. Still need to put the radiator in. Have the wiring here for the radiator fans and such to get that plugged into the electric radiator fans. There are new radiators in the back because it's not the same as the 4-cylinder. So hopefully the electric fans off the 4-cylinder radiator work on the 6-cylinder radiator, because those are busted on that. Still got to get those switched over. There's three other things that are kind of wrong with this thing still. Number one, we're looking at this right here. The yellow wire is broke. Number two, this right here barely got hit and it leaks. So I don't know if it's leaking underneath or it's leaking here somewhere or what. But we got an exhaust leak, and it's easier to get to this without the radiator in. Number three, have all these. If you look at the bottom, it's got that hole in the bottom, no holes in the side. You look at this one, it's got that hole in the bottom and a hole in the side like that, but it's busted. So that one ain't gonna work. That one ain't gonna work. And if you look at the tops, this one goes way back into here, and that one sticks way out there. So this is cracked and ain't gonna work. Might be able to tape that one up or something, but those are different enough to where we're gonna have to go to the junkyard and try to find a whole air box, because there's also this thing here that's got to go into that air box, and I don't know what goes on the other side of it. This thing kind of sits right here, but I don't know where it goes. So still got to figure that thing out. Got to get the radiator and electric fans and all that swapped over. Home stretch, guys. We're on the home stretch. Still need to hook up the radiator the rest of the way, but I want it easily removed. That's why this is still loose. So we can take all this out and figure out what's leaking here exhaust wise. I have a plug in that I don't know where it goes to, so we'll just set that all off to the side. This is the busted air box. I just kind of put it back into place just to make sure it was a spot holder for now, and we got the right one when we got a new one. I don't know what goes from here. I'm assuming there's a port that goes into here, dips into here, and has an air entry in here, so it's like a forced air. But other than that, guys, that is it for this week. We trucked along a little bit on this thing, try to get it done. I'm almost there with it, so Granny can have her car back. The little bit of stuff on the Blazer, you'll catch that in the next video. I'm not going to put Blazer content into the Camry content. That's about all I'm going to get done today. So you all know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Until the next time, I'll see you later.